love me, hold me, love me, love me, hold me. Oh, hi, beautiful people. Lovely to have you guys here. This video with Adila TV Saturn. Let's not remember. I don't know if I should. Okay, I'll try to do that. Hi, lovely people. This is Alashala here. Lovely to have you guys here. 1 minute. I'm just gonna try to share this live broadcast on my I'm on my platform, Alashala. I'll be with you in a second. Lovely to have you guys here. Hi, Sherry, darling. 1 minute. 1 minute, guys. I wanna make love, but it feels yeah, I'm just gonna share this on the Lashala. All night. Yes. Where am I? Hello, lovely people. 1 minute, guys. I'm trying to share this on the Lashala. Yeah, I think I'm there now. Love you, darling. I'm probably gonna turn this into a disco now. Yeah, I think we are there. Right, lovely to have you, beautiful people here. So I can turn this off now. I was listening to this one of my old track, you know, and then I thought I would just play a little bit of it, and before we kick off, actually, wonderful to have you guys here. Sorry, I'm just gonna. I love my music. Sorry about that. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about Ifa initiation. For people that are familiar with Ifa, it's a divination tool that was given to us from back from ancient time, back from our ancestor time, and Ifa is a way of life, So today, for people that are, hi Babatunde, lovely to have you guys here. For people that I know, I'm sure most people are, because Ifa is quite popular there. And a lot of people are, you guys are, maybe not everyone, but most people, I'm sure you probably would have heard about Ifa, not only for divination, as an Orisha also. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what happens, what is Ifa initiation all about, and then what is the reason why when they do, because back in Africa, I'm actually going to go back way back. I'm going to try and do the best that I can in this video, so that for people that are newbies or lay person, even my babami, Omio, this is Alashala, Omio, lovely having beautiful people here, wonderful people. So for people that are familiar with what is initiation, Ifa initiation, I mean, what's actually the purpose of the reason why people they would, especially our ancestors. I mean, what's the reason behind it, and then what are the benefits, what are the gains, or I mean, how can Ifa help us, or how, if it's something that you want to do, or you want to something you are considering, what are the benefits? Like I always say in my videos, I'm going to try and do the best, but obviously I'm not going to be able. Hi, Atoya, lovely to have you here, my darling. How are you, darling? How my babies over there? Lovely to have you here, baby. Oh, I was looking out for you, and I could see. Sorry if Ariel were there. I could see you, beautiful people there. I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning people's, name. I could see you guys. It's wonderful to have you guys here. This is Alashala. Thanks for coming in, for tuning in. So in this video, I will try to just tell us what is the purpose of the reason why people they would even think of having initiation. I'm not going to be able to break down Ifa because I've actually covered that in a few videos. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about Ifa initiation and infant Ifa consultation, and then what are the similarities or differences. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I am Ifa myself, so that's a child of Ifa. So I believe that it's not something that I've read about. Oh, lovely Altoya. Oh, lovely to have you, darling. It's not something that I'm talking about as a little person or something that I read in a book or someone told me. I'm actually Ifa. I actually have my own Ifa myself, and so therefore I believe I have the knowledge and about at least most stuff about Ifa, and I'm able to come out here and educate, or probably we can rub minds, like I will always say in my videos. Nobody knows everything, so we're all just trying to it's like a journey, a spirituality, the way that I see it, and if you find your soul tribes, that people are heading the same way as you, then it's almost like you met somebody at a bus stop or a gas station and you go in the same direction. You guys can have a chat, blah blah blah, because you're on the same path, right? So that's what I'm going to try to do here. There are two processes actually. So if you see the first one that I wrote, the child infant Ifa consultation, in Yoruba they will call it Akosejaiye. That is, the reason why they do that is back in the days, and they still do that now, for people that are into Ifa, this would normally be done for children from a newborn, say from today, the day they were born, until they're like 3 weeks. The moment a child is over a month, then there's no point. They will not do Akosejaiye, that is infant consultation for that child. So it would then be from when they are 1 month to when they're able to say 1 year or 12 or forever. Then the only option that they would then have is to have Ifa initiation, which is Itenifa or Itelodu. That's the Yoruba version of it. But as a new child, a newborn, like I said, infant, from the day that child is born, the reason why they just like to find out what's the life path, because when you have all this info as a parent or even as a person, it helps you navigate through life with ease. You see, because it would sort of pinpoint. I'll come to that. Some areas that in life, if you get it wrong, and that might probably be the beginning of the end for that person. You see, but when a child, like say an infant, the parents are into Ifa, or they have that knowledge that, okay, this is a new child who's only just given birth to you. Just find out, what's their life path going to be like, and because then you will be able to find them what is their Odu Ifa that gave birth to them, and also their life path, like their career that they should get into marriages, and their taboos, that do and don'ts. You see, I'll come to how all of this can sort of affect our lives if we get those things wrong, or if we get them right, what are the benefits? So like I said, like I will always do in my videos, I'll just do the best that I can. If you something that you are interested in, you can do more research. Feel free to read books. We have all this info on Google these days. So feel free to do your own research. I'm just trying to share. I'm here just sharing knowledge about what I know for a fact, and how we can benefit, you guys that are out there that, you probably are still considering Ifa, or maybe it's something that you've already got, or you're on your way, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm going to try to. So it's going to be 3 areas that I'm going to break down in this video. That is the Ifa initiation itself. That is from when the child is over 1 month, until, well, if they live to be 100. So that's when you can have Ifa initiation. Now, the infant one is from the day that child was born into, I think, for 3 weeks. After it's about, the child is over 1 month, then you can't have infant consultation for that child. The only option they've got is to actually have full initiation. You see, so that I know for a fact. So the reason I would say just few point here on the benefit or the purpose of us having this initiation. For me, I'll just talk a little bit about myself here and my own personal experience and why I decided to went that route. You see, when you were young, or maybe if, say you're a spiritual being, I believe most of us here, we are, at least even if you're not into spirituality, I'm sure you probably burn incense and stuff like that, and you probably would have wondered, oh, what is this life all about, stuff like that, or when I live here, where am I heading, you see, and stuff like, or even if it's not then, when when we dream, what are the other places that I see, the beings that I see out there, other, planes that you would have arrived at, you see, this is probably going to be thinking or wondering, there's probably more out there than what my eyes can see, out there in the universe. So that is for a newbie. I'm sure. Hi, Ojumo, lovely having you here, my darling. Oh, my Ojumo is here, lovely. Oh, beautiful people. Inioluwa. Oh, thanks for coming to her. Anyway, as I was saying before, I see Ojumo. I was looking out for you. I said, where's my Ojumo? Anyway, so for me, it was, when you have all of this, it's almost as if you have a bit of info here and there about yourself, but you are not actually sure of who you are. I'm a very inquisitive kind of person. I want to find out facts. I'm not happy with just assuming or somebody just telling me this, or I'm, no, I want to find out what is it, that why is this like this? And I will do what I can. Thank you, my darling. So for me, it was earlier on in my life that I would, apart from being born to this African royal family where you would you have knowledge, because you would have seen a lot of orishas in the palace. The Christian, they all come there. The Muslim, they all come to the palace because, don't forget, it's the king that's at the head of everyone, so they all come to the palace. So I have the opportunity. I had then to be able to, even as young as I was, because when you're in that kind of environment, because there's a lot of ancient stuff around, ancestors, stuff around, a lot of histories around. You can't help but for a child like I was then, I wanted to find out. So it was a bit and pieces from here. Then they will say to me, oh, you are this Yami, you are the reincarnation of the first king mother, blah blah blah. You all, so all of it was, and then I myself, I just need to close my eyes, and I would, and my dreams is everything I see it happens exactly like that. And also I find out that when I have some thoughts in my mind, or I'm thinking about something, that thing always happened. That was even as when I was young. So when I started to, I became an adult myself, a young adult, and obviously for me it was the orishas that called, me, because it's either this life you all have your ways, or what your spirit, what's the word to use there, that sort of have connection. Yes, I think that's it. That's why you see me. I'll never come. If you're a Christian, if you're happy where you are, stay there. You see, if you're a Muslim, I've got my younger brother. He's into Islam, and I love him to bits. You see, so and because and he still burn his incense. So, but what I do not agree with is when somebody will think that I have to come and follow you and be doing exactly what you are doing. And that's what I don't sign off for. That's what I tell the person to piss off, you know. I'm not lost, by the way. This is my path. You know, it's almost like when you're going to your home address. I'm sure to arrive at your address, there's probably going to be about 3 or 4 routes that anyone can take. You're still going to arrive at the same destination. So the way you get there may be different from what I'm going. You see, so for me, it has always been the ancient ways that appeal to me, that I've found that would always, you know, catch my attention. I'm a kind of person, I get bored easily if it's not something that I feel the connection. I don't want to be there. So for me, it has always been the ancient ways, the orishas, you see. So when I became an adult myself, this is when I got to Ifa. You know, there was a lot of info, like I said, here and there. You know, you think you know this, then you find out another thing, and you find it. You know, you take 2 steps forward, you take 10 backward. So for me, it was then that I said, okay, and I will see a lot about my yummies, you know, and then the cabbage, they're all calling me yummies. You know, they're not actually telling me the full story of what's actually happening with me, you see. And then when my first marriage, fair enough, you know, that didn't work out. And then I obviously it takes 2. But for me, to be honest with you, my mind, you know, when you're newly married, you're meant to settle down, be happy. For me, I was restless. It was almost as if there's still something out there that I'm meant to be having, or I'm meant to be doing, it's almost like a jigsaw. Some part was missing, you see. So when my first marriage broke up, I thought, okay, that was when I went for my own Ifa divination. So the way you get to Ifa, when I was born, I think my parents and their parents, they carried out the child infant one. But what then happened was everything they told them, they didn't tell me. My parents and my grandparents, they were just telling me bit by bit. You see, and I will ask my mom, you know, what did they say will happen? And my mom said, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. I don't want everything's going to be okay. I want to know, you know, the full story, you know. So they weren't telling me everything. So when my first marriage broke up, I thought, okay, there's something, this is it. I need to really know now. So I think for me, that was when I went to Itelodu. That was when I have my own Ifa initiation. You see, so for a lot of people, it's for me, it's so that I could have a clearer picture of who I am, my life purpose, what I'm meant to be doing, because I knew there's something about me that my parents and, you know, my grandparents weren't telling me. And I could feel it also in myself. You know, it's different. It's different when is someone not telling you something. When you can feel it yourself, that look, there's something. It's almost like a big, you know, a puzzle. You know, there's something out there that I'm meant to be. The money was not an issue. You know, after my degree, you know, getting a job was not a problem. I was even doing one business I was selling on the side. I would go to Italy and buy gold, you know, and I would go to Austria. Whatever that I sell, it moves. So money was not an issue. It was more of how I feel within myself, that I felt, you know. And then when my marriage broke up, and then I thought, okay. So for me, that was when I went to Itelodu. You see, and then so for a lot of people, you know, when you working with initiation into Ifa Orisha spirituality, I'm going to break that down here, assist you in developing a deeper, closer relationship to Ifa or Orisha. The same process will happen. Say, for example, Toya, as you are Oshun's daughter and Ojumo, and if you wanted to have your own Oshun, not only just having, you want to be like a priest or priestess to Oshun. You know, so, all right, darling, princess to Oshun, you wanted to have an initiation into that Orisha. The same thing with Ifa also. During initiation, the energy or the spirit or the ashe of Ifa or the particular Orisha that you are seeking is transmitted to you through your Ori. That is, you know, what would then normally happen. Normally for me, I was at Itelodu for 7 days. I'll break that down for the whole process, and that was what happened. This is done through several days of ritual, divination, and ceremonies at Itelodu. I can't talk about all of it here. They would have, it's a series of you know, then, but most especially that's when you have your Ifa. You sit down with that your Ifa during the night. There are a lot of ceremonies to be done. It's a long thing, you know. But if, you know, 7 days, you know, over there, it was the process of Ifa initiation allow you a deeper connection to Ifa or that your particular Orisha, and activate the power of the Orisha or the Ifa that is within you. So that is, if you are Omo Ifa, there's a lot of gift that we have that is that they are laying dormant within us. So some of this may be activated during this process. Working with Ifa gives you access to greater ability to live your life in harmony and provide access to Orisha or other spiritual being. I'll give an example of that governs your life and the world around you. For me, it was after I knew I'm a Oshun's daughter from very young. You know, that's why they named me Oshun Shewa, you know. So, because my mom and dad, actually, that was a long story. So, but there are other Orishas also that I never knew. You know, so that then you find out who is this, who is that. You know, it's different when you have a divination and then they said, oh, Ogun wants to open way for you. Shango want to protect you, but you actually know in this initiation process, you actually know the one. Hi, Barry, darling. Oh, baby, lovely to have you here, so hot. Oh, lovely to have you here, darling. So during this initiation, you actually know. For me, it was when I went to Itelodu and I found out who is the my Odifa that gave birth to me, which is Osalu Fogbejo. That is Odifa that gave birth to me. It's only at the after the initiation, after the 7 days, then you come out with your Odifa, and that will be Odifa for the rest of your life. So everything about you, was not all the bits and pieces or the jigsaw that were missing, the reason why you do what you do. Sometimes the people who have a temper, they could be temperamental. All of it will be there. You see, for me, in my Odifa that gave birth to me, which is Osalu Fogbejo, in that Odifa, Oshun is my mother. Now I have Eshu, that is Elegua and Shango as father. So you know, so a lot of this. Sometimes when in my younger days, even when I am angry, it could be, you know. But now, as you know, as you grow older, you know, especially when the more powerful you become, the more gentler you become also, because you know when you get angry. And a lot of things can go wrong, you know, because, you know, you don't want to say wrong thing. You don't want to, because you know stuff is going to happen. So you become more gentler, more, you know, calmer person. But in my younger days, it wasn't like that. You know, that when I'm angry, whoa. You see, so all of this will come out. You know, why issue Elegua, you know, is a king of a crossroad, you see. And why, you know, sometimes, okay, for example, I will break that down there so that you people may be able to relate with. If you're a child of, thanks, sweetheart. If you're a child of Elegua, either you are male or female, you see. Sometimes it's not that you don't show mercy or you are not a generous person. But if you are not careful, that kindness may get you in trouble. You see, okay, people will think that, oh, I'm going to kick a bit of Yoruba. Odakamashore, it's good to be good or to be kind. But if you are a child of Elegua, Eshilalu or Shango, you have to be careful, because that kindness you want is good to be kind. But if you're not careful, you're going to turn around. It's either the very people you think you want to help, they will not turn around and treat you bad and actually, you know, that kindness and jump it in your face. Instead of them to appreciate you, you see. So there's a in Odifa, my Odufa, Osalu Fogbejo. It says that Moshore titi ko gbemi. that is, I'll say in English, mo ṣe ìkà kan, òkìkí mi tàn gbò. That is, all my life I've been kind to people. All I always get back is, ungrateful people dumping in my face. But then one day I did something bad. Oh my God. And I all of a sudden become popular and famous and well-to-do, isn't it? You think it's crazy, but so all of this thing you will know. So that what does that teaches me as a person? It's not that I still don't being kind to people, but I always do divination first. You see that this person that wants me to do this blah blah, even though I have that resources, or maybe I know how to connect them, if I should do it, would I not, at the end of it, will it, pan out in my favor, or it will something that might put me in trouble? You see, so all of this you will know because you will have gone to Igbodu, and so you have a better understanding of yourself. You see, for example, there's some old Ifa that no matter the amount of work they do, like Ogundabede, you see, I actually have a child, Ogundabede, no amount of child that they do, the work that they do, no matter, say for example, they are working in a bank or any office, no, if they are not going to get rich. You see, they're going to have to do something, cut corners. Don't quote me here that Allah Shala that says you should become a criminal. But that's just the way it is. You see, it's when they do something, that is, they need to do something, it'll be tricky for them to and then they will get, if other people are getting caught, they will never get caught. You see, so if fire is like that, it's like a riddle. It's for you to, it takes time, and it takes some people that you are common, you want to learn, because then you each Odu Ifa, you say, wow. So when you come out with your own Odu Ifa after Itenifa, this initiation, you will have all of this information about you. You see, about what I'm not meant to get, what certain food I'll come to that. What relationship, the kind of people that are meant to, maybe if you're a man, I'll come to that. Like Barry is here now. Maybe you like women that are light skin and slim, and but your Odwifa says that no, the one that you probably would marry, I'm just giving that as an example, is probably a darker skin person. You see, but if you don't have all this information at hand, and then say for example, relationship or marriage is a big step, isn't it? And then if we get it wrong, it could actually be the beginning of the end for that person if you are not careful. I've never seen any divorced couple that came out of it happy. Everyone's always, because the both sides, they will have lost something. Even if it was not material anything, it would have been like the it's like a death of a dream. Good. I love all women. Be careful, Barry. That shows I have to watch out for you. I love all women. I'm just giving that as an example, darling. You see, that's just like just using that as an example. So you will have all of this knowledge. You also learn the way of Ifa. It takes many years for people after initiation. Some people, thank you. Some people may decide to become a priest or priestess. You see, now, so prior to that, having that initiation, they probably are learning about Ifa. Thank you. Before that, or maybe they have the first hand of Ifa. They call that Ishefa. You see, but whichever way or whatever state they are, if you just want to have it to have a bigger, better knowledge of yourself, then you probably don't need to know all the nitty-gritty. But that also would will enhance your spirituality, because after that initiation, it would have activated a lot of inlaid dormant energy that you have. It would have been activated. Say, for example, your third eye may just, people that are blessed with vision, you know, find out. Like for me, that was exactly what happened to me. So all of this would probably some stuff you would experience. You can begin learn about Ifa. So as I was saying, that with Ifa, after the initiation or during the initiation, there are 3 stages, 5 of taboo that I would talk about here briefly before I round it up. That are, you know, that very important in this life, that we as a human being, if we don't know, have this info, you see, a lot of the time that we are going through trials or life issues, it's not all the time that is somebody that's doing the magic, someone's done the magic on you, or there's sometimes that there are some stuff that we are as a person, is some taboo stuff that we are not meant to be doing against ourselves in that instance. So it's our fault. But it wasn't as if, hi darling, lovely to, Osagi, lovely having you here, darling. I could see you beautiful people there. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sure you probably would have heard about Ifa. So as I was saying, that when you don't have info about this taboo, for example, say for like food that we eat, there's some people that a particular food, okay, even the white people, they will say, oh, in modern world, they're probably going to call it allergies. You know, you're not meant to be eating shrimps or prawns or blah, blah, blah. If you do, then we know you're probably going to react to it or something like that. You see, so same thing here. It's just that it's more on a deeper level. Say, for example, there may be some people, maybe they are not meant to be eating like okra or snail or some certain kind of fish. You see, that if they eat it, you know, obviously they're not going to die, or, you know, but they probably wouldn't be, it probably would affect them one way or the other. It could be in their professional lives that will have setbacks, or it would be a private life. It could be in form of relationship. You see, we have all these boxes in our lives that together, if something is happening in one area, it can affect the other. You see, but if they're all okay, then we tend to be more fulfilled being. You see. So this is an example, and like I said earlier on, mentioned the food, the spouses that we choose, to people that we decide to spend our life with, or we might call it marriage or whatever. You see, it could be that, like I said earlier on, if I would point out that, oh, you are meant, you're the woman that will find peace, lasting joy, blah blah, at dark skin, or it could say light skin. You see, but if you don't know that, and it's, most of the time, it's usually the one that our Ori does not agree with, that we sometimes would like. You see, so there's some women that maybe the man they are meant to settle down with, that they will find lasting joy, would probably be an average height kind of person, you know, and then that is what they are sold, their leader, they already are chosen. But this, the woman might think, oh, I like them tall, 6 foot tall, very handsome, blah, blah, blah. And they would go into it. And sometimes, if you're not careful, that might be the end of it. You see, because like I said, a lot of breakup, some people, they don't actually make it back. You see, some, they'll make it back, their head is already messed up. You see, so it's a big step. All these steps are big step in our lives. Whichever way, either you're a man or a woman, to find somebody, don't forget, it's a stranger you decide to spend your life with there. You know, you probably just have to understand that I love you, you love me too. But even if you live with them for 10 years, look, they will only let you know the parts of them that they want you to know. You see, there are people that have been married for 30 years and their stuff happened and their spouse is shocked, like, wow, I never knew he or she had that in them. You see, but if it was a right spouse, you see, for me, the fact helped me, because my old father gave back to me when he talked about relationship. Was you know, we know that Shango, he had several wives. So as far as I'm concerned, for me, relationship was not probably, if it wasn't the part that I am now, that I'm celibate. I've been celibate over 6 years, and I'm going to remain celibate for the rest of my life, because I am at peace with my life. There's so many things, you know, that I've never felt this kind of way before, proud to me, you know. So there was a lot of issue around there, which were, so people that are familiar with Ifa, they would say, if you say, oh, Salu Fogbejo, they will say, oh, there was one Baba that said, oh, the women that are born on that Dufa, they always have Okoko, that is 20 men is not enough. Probably by now I'll be on my 20 marriage or something. But I'm at 20. But you know, so for a man, you have money, that's no problem. If that's where you choose to live your life. You see, for me, that's about the fact that gave back to me. But as a person, I'm not that kind of a person. I just want to be, you know, if possible, if we have to war, then we war. But majority of my time, if you want to be at peace, it's either in and outside, you know, of my life. I want my stuff organized, you know, my way, you know, just at least to the best of my knowledge, you know, not everywhere from here, left, right, side. No. I love my peace and quiet, you know, kind of person. So the different man coming in and out is not that will probably affect my spiritual life. It will probably affect a lot of things about me, you see. So, but if that get back to me, you know, enable me to know this, that even the part that I'm on now, you know, because prior this was what I was doing, you know, before I had a degree in nursing, that I was in the nursing field. But then I thought, okay, when if I said you'd be doing healing and stuff, okay, I'm still doing healing, isn't it? Nursing is about helping people to get better, isn't it? So just on a on a different scale. But it was after my Odifa that said to me, and Yah said to me, you know, come on this path. And from there, a lot of stuff that was not right, everything, you know, start to make sense. So for that was for me. The fourth area that I would love to mention here is like, you know, your career path. Say, for example, some people, they might have a good job, you know, big money coming in, but at the end of it, it's almost as if they're getting the money from one hand and then they are throwing it away with another one. You see, nothing to show for that money they are receiving. Because see blessing there, because it's because see what's this Yoruba word, alubarika. That money is not blessed. So it's someone like that. Maybe, for example, somebody that was meant to be a farmer, and it is from them being in that field that they would have prospered, that they will find success, that they will make money and be happy, and you know. But this kind of person may think, no. For me, be a farmer, forget it. I want to be a lawyer, by the way, or you know, all this high class sort of job that they think is people would reckon with you, you know, and then they might actually go and get a PhD on that field, but at the end of it, they may not have nothing to show for it. Number one, they're not going to find no success. Talk less of having prosperity. Their whole life, you know, marriage issue, you know, everything will just be upside down because they are on the wrong career path. But when you, after Ifa initiation, Ifa would explain, all of this will come out, that this is the kind of job that you probably will be doing. If you say some people may be a seaman, or if you are more Ogun, you know, there may be soldiers, you know, some you know, something in the armed force or something like that. I actually have one. My ex was is now a colonel in the Nigerian army, so he's almost funny, but because obviously it's in the Nigerian army, so they deal with guns, rifle, what have you. You see, so it's actually on the right path according to his Odifa. So all of this would help you to know And even if you got it wrong, then you'll be able to retrace your step back and then actually get back on the right track. I'm just going to mention few here. Another thing is what we should put on our body. There's some kind of clothing or color that resonates with your energy, and there are some that are totally against it. Same thing is bracelets. Say for example, some women I have waist beads because I sell it, but there's some women that they are taboo. They're not meant to wear waist beads. And there are people that actually love to wear stuff like that. My Odufa doesn't forbid me wearing waist beads. I'm just giving that as an example here, that there may be other women like that they're not meant to use something like that on their body. Is their taboo, but they probably don't know that. They probably see a lot of their friends using it. Maybe their husband or boyfriend think it's sexy. Baby, put that on, darling. So they are wearing it. You see. However, this is totally against their spiritual being. It's a taboo. And someone like that, you just find there's going to be an area of your life, or probably more, that it would affect. Definitely there's something there that would happen. For me, it's the kind of soap that I use to wash myself. For me, we have this black soap back in Africa. It's over here, and I'm sure it's all over. And for me, if they do, no matter how powerful the content, if it's making other people to be rich, or maybe they will use the soap to bath, and then for me, if I use it, it's a total opposite, you see. And then this took me a while to find out, but after my initiation, it was that that stuff like that should not touch my skin, you see. So you will know all of this. Some people is bracelet. There's a lot of stuff that you will find out about. Some people is about environment taboo. Some people, they're probably meant to be living in a village, and then that is where, from there, they will succeed, whatever it is they are doing. But the man think that, okay, all their mates are in the big city. Maybe they're in New York, they're in Lagos, they're in London or Milan, and then they have to be, and then they will move to this location. And some of them have been there for donkey years with nothing to show for it. You see, all of this, if I would break down. I thought I would come here, guys, to, even if you are not Moifa, or if you like I'm trying to run a tour next year, but I don't have concrete plan here because of COVID, and because take for example this year we couldn't go for a show, so there's a lot of this issue going around there, and then so even if you don't have you haven't done or you don't have the resources to do your initiation, you could have the first hand of Ifa, or you could have Ifa divination made. You see, Ifa is so good. I don't know what I would. It would be, I would come here, guys, and tell you what exactly something that's happened to me. The honest truth. There's a lot of stuff that I've done in my life, even as I'm sitting down here, that if not for Ifa, I don't know where I will be. You see, this is my own Ifa beads here. You can see me. You can see with my king. You see, so that's my Ifa, necklace. It's available on Lashola. There's a longer one for men. I will roll that out next week. It's good to have the energy there, or that one that come with a Ifa like this. It's really, really nice. This is 6 eyes. You can see, you can see 6. You can see the eyes there. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very, very protective. You see, I'm going to roll them out next week. Barry, I haven't forgotten about your Shango beads. The stock just arrived, but because I customize my beads myself, so I would take pictures of the one that I've got, 2 designs, and then I would send you the picture, and they can decide whichever one you want. If you want to have it with Ifa, because this is good for its protection. It's really, really good. This Ifa. When I in the early stage when I would have my Ifa, there was a time I thought, okay, because it's very protective. it has good luck in it. Whatever you wear it to, you know, is really, really good at like that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to wear it to bed. It's almost like people that are used to crystal stones, modovite. It's a high frequency, high vibration stone. Same thing with this Itenifa, you see. So I thought, okay, you know, because my bedtime is like a big ritual for me, because I know I'm going to another plane there. I'm going to have fun, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, I put on my necklace. As I'm wearing it here, I can't wear it to bed like that because I wouldn't be able to sleep. So I found out that for you know, I was just waking up. I couldn't, your energy would be so high because it's a high, you know, frequency kind of thing. It's like a modovite stone, like I said. So it's good to wear it during the day, especially if you are new to it. Even during the day, you wear it a few hours at a time until your energy is able to match with it, because it's very, very strong. You find out, Barry, if you decide you want one with your Shango beads and your Shango bracelets, then I would you know, advise that when you first get it, you wear it maybe a few hours at a time. You take it off so that you enable your own energy to get used to it. But if you, like me, don't do the same thing that what happened to me, because I was just so in love with my king. I couldn't, you know. So I wore it to bed. I couldn't believe. I was just rolling. I got up. I couldn't sleep, and that happened the second night. So the third night I said no. So I took it off. Immediately I went to bed. So it was then that I found out that, look, it's like a modovite. It's the high energy, high vibration seed that like a stone. It is. You allow your own energy to get used to it gradually until such a time where you could be able to wear it for a longer time, or maybe at night. Nothing is going to happen. You just find out that your energy, your soul is not able to rest, you know, because it's high energy, you see. So that is what I thought I would come here to, you know, to talk about Ifa. Ifa is really good if you find people that are honest. For a lot of people, what they will say to me is, I met this person, I was scammed. You know, you're probably right. But one thing that I will say is, no matter where you go, or it may not even be with Ifa, from the moment you see signs that at least you know the reason why you're going there. If they want to start to change stuff, then you should know that this is when, you know, this is when to check out. You see, so it's about us being vigilant, and then also we take precaution. Life itself is a risk. You see, if you say, oh, I'm not going to do this, then you don't know what the other part that you have chosen. But I can honestly say to you that without Ifa, I don't know, you know, I'll probably still be alive, but I might probably not be this kind of a settled, fulfilled being that I am, you see. Because there are a lot of stuff that, you know, even since I've been on this path, people that you believe that you trusted, you know, you think they are on the same path, but I will have, if I will say to me that, oh, that person, blah, 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 it will give you all this information, and thanks, darling. It give you all this information so that it's like you have a prior knowledge. So, and you are like this. So they don't know you knew, apart from my third eye telling me, oh, my yammies, you know, I have all these ways that I get info. But I can guarantee you, what I can say here honestly is that Ifa is always accurate. At least my Ifa, you know, stuff that's about to happen like in a month or 2 weeks time, or he will say to me, this person, blah, 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 and I will do what I'm meant to do, and I will now wait. The whole, you know, scenario will now unfold. Earlier on, I will always use to think, because it's they're so exactly the way Ifa said it would be, you see. And then, so it's almost like one order. Then I found out, and I'm thinking, if not that I have prior knowledge of that thing, I probably would not be able to, you know, take caution. And, you know, you can imagine that could probably cost me more heartache, if not my life, you see. So it's like it's a journey, it's a way of life. You know, life being here, that I will always say in my video, people that say spirituality, this life, the way I see it, it's almost like when you are traveling and you want to buy a plane ticket. So, you know, in the aircraft, we have different class. You see, so life is like that plane. That's where I see it. People that want to stay in the cargo area, now, as soon as you have turbulence, you see you'll be banging your head with the boxes and luggages that are there in the cargo area. But if you are in the second class or economy, at least you'll be sitting down. But the best area I want to sit, you know, in the plane of life is at first class, because even if you have turbulence, you see, but my environment is comfortable. You still feel the turbulence, but it will not be with the way the person that is in the cargo section. Maybe the box is mashing their head, or, you know, on the wall, you know, from up to down. You know, I'll probably still be sitting down on my first class with seat belts, comfortable. I know there's a turbulence, but I am, you know, I can handle it. You see, I am balanced like that. That even if it's going to end to plane crash, but at least I am, you know, I am comfortable. Let's do this, you see. So that's the way I see life. And Ifa has a lot to do. For me, for someone like me, and like a post I put on my wall, when you talk about spirituality, it's not about when you pay people to get this title. Some people, that's why I especially Africans, you know, I am African, very, very proud. But they think that you have to become this chief or chief of that, or so that would it makes you to be in a hierarchy or the high up there. No. There's some people, they have all this title of chief of this and that. The knowledge or the tools that you have, they don't have it. So that's what I'm saying. That is, magic is different from spirituality. You see. Now, when you have this initiation or whatever, you have divination, then the Ifa guys is like a guide. The bulk of it is in your hand. You see, that is, there are some private rituals that you do during the day that, like I'm saying down here, you could see smoke here. That's my incense. You see, those are a way of life. You see, so not only that, you know, your herbs, there's, you know, you may get stones here and there, like my website. Majority of stuff that are there is geared towards helping you to get this stuff and do it yourself, like a DIY. You see, not the people that still want spell being done, I will do it. But the tools, there are stuff there that if you buy the directions are there, well, how to do this, how to do that. You see. That is empowering yourself, as opposed to someone always just doing everything for you. No. So for me, the way that I see it, that's why I love Ifa. Ifa, you know, it's just because you have some people, they'll say to you, oh, they've been to Itelodu, they have Ifa, blah, blah, blah. You will not even see that sign on them. Because, why? The thing just going to, if you go to Itelodu and you bring out your Ifa and you just left it there, you do nothing, you'll be worse off than you were before. Just because you went to Itelodu, you now have Ifa, that doesn't make you supernatural. No. It actually is it's a start of a long journey towards you being self-mastery. You'll be able to master your life. You see. But Ifa is there now to guide you. It's not going to do everything for you. That's why a lot of people don't understand. They feel, oh, once I have my Ifa, that's it. No, and then they are disappointed. They don't understand that. Look, that's like a start. You know, it's like you first got married. You see, then you guys are going to buy your house. You want to have kids. You want to blah, blah, blah. You want to move from here to here. You begin a long journey, you see. But once you have it, then it's there to guide you. It's like a guide, but you still have to do the bulk of what's needed to be done, you see. So that's why I thought I'll come out here. I am Omo Ifa proudly, you know. My Ifa just thank God I have Oshun there as my mother to calm my energy, because when you have Shango as your father there, you're very kind of, but very, very compassionate people. Because Shango is very, very compassionate. very, very loving father, Shango. You know, very, very loving father. You know, Legua, same thing. It's just, you know, when you are powerful like that, you know, sometimes the powerful ones, they are the most, you know, kindest. You see, most of the time is when people, they can't use you, like we put there Barry the other day, the way they thought they would turn you around, then they start to chat rubbish about you. Then they start to say, oh, he's not nice. Because, why? They probably would have tried some tricks on you, and you probably weren't having it. So then you will become a bad person, because they weren't able to use you for that purpose, or, you know, whatever it is that they had planned. So you become, and when you're a powerful person, like, oh, you're a child of Shango or Elegua, you know, obviously, someone that, even if they did something like that, you're going to pay them back. You're going to pay them back. They're not going to get away with it. It's not possible. They would, on my journey, you see. So, obviously then, but if they treat you right, like the way you are treated, then there's no problem. But most people, they want to do what they want to mess you up, and they want you to keep quiet about it. As a matter of fact, to even thank them, you know, or just show up, or go and die somewhere. You see. So, but when I'm not having this, then you become a bad person. You become, oh, they start to talk about, oh, Shango, oh, when he's angry, the fire has to come out from his mouth, blah, 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 because he's not going to take your bullshit. Oh, pardon my language. You see. Hi, darling Christian. Love to have you, my brother. I've got my brothers here. Baba, Ifa Korede, Ikushanu. Lovely to have you here, my darling. Lovely having you guys here. I could see all of my Ifa's sons and daughter here today. So you know, I don't know, Christian, if you are here at the beginning, but you might try to just watch from what because I'm about rounding up now. You know, Ifa is for me is a way of life. Ifa is try it, you will never regret it. If you get to people that are starting to demand thousands and thousands from you, just, you know, you can tell. Because that's why I always say DIY. Your intuition, you know, it would kick in. That, look, this person, what are they saying? You see, even people that you think that they are high hierarchy of this this traditional African thing that we do. I'm telling you, thank you, that they are the biggest scammer. You see. You will be looking them up there like, this one, it's a big chief, they will be. You just go near them, you will see that they are fakes. Ole quali, you see, daylight robbers. So that's what I'll say. But if we, as a person, you are able to, you know, set time apart, maybe like 15 minutes before you go to bed, you know, get your incense, you know, and then, you know, just meditate there, you know, on the, you know, your incense there. You can, you know, get candle. White candle is good, it doesn't cost much. You just you clean it with you know, for whatever negativity that's maybe salty water and cotton wool you use to clean the candle, and you bless it. You turn it on, and you put on your incense. And, you know, just look at the flame of that light. You try it, you know, and, you know, you just contact the universe yourself. Whatever tools that you're going to need, okay, you can get those. But when you talk about the contact, don't let there be a middle person. I don't know, maybe that's just the kind of person that I am. I always want to see what it is that I'm doing. There's not good enough giving me second-hand info. What's exactly, you know, what's going on with my life here? You see, the fire is there to guide us. You see, I know there are a lot of fakes out there about Ifa, blah blah blah. Look, you have to know where you go, and also when something sounds too good or you started to feel a bit, then leave. It's not by force. They don't let them, you know, because a lot of people, I'm not going to, there was this guy that he was selling, you would think it was Ifa, and he would always say, and then one day somebody said to me that the person, he took money from them, promised that I was going to send them some beads and some cowries, blah, blah, blah. The person sent the money, but then what they now found out is, this scammer guy, he now blocked after collecting their money. So the person said to me, oh, Alashola, so person is your friend. I said, who? I have on my Facebook, probably, you know, there's about 4,000, I don't know, friends there. But how many do I actually, like with the way we talk, we are here today, how many of you can I see? So I said, look, and then he now told me, blah, blah, blah. So I went to check on the person, and I blocked. Because I'm thinking, look, if I don't know that you are a scammer, then you're still my friend. Because the moment I know, I'm going to block you. I might block it down, you see. Because when you are, and in fact for that matter, that's why you see them, they never prosper. And they'll be doing voodoo to you, how they're going to take money from you, how they're going, you know. And you actually, maybe you are looking at them, oh, they are on my path, oh, they are, maybe you see them talking about Shango, or Shula, Lula, Legua, or they are talking about Yemoja, or Oya, and that's your Orisha. Oh, you think, oh my God, oh, they're the same mom as me, oh, they have the same dad as me. Whereas they don't see you like that. They see you as a dollar or pound sign, you know, to scam you. So please, guys, so whatever it is we're doing on this path, I'll just always say my own, to be cautious, you know, because when somebody is in love, we have passion to this our path, this Asian, it's not difficult to see. You can see it, and when they are just in it for something else, then you can see that also. Majority of people from back home, they are all crazy about how they senior this person, they have become Oluwo, or they have become chief of this before that one came along. It's all about, yeah, it's all about a title, the hierarchy, who seniors who, or how much they can get from here and there. You see, there's nothing about, and they just see them wearing all these white clothes or other clothes, they have all these beads on, and you think, oh my God, it's all fakes. Irony, buruku. The evil that lives in them. Look, Satan is just having press up compared to what they you know, the way they are. You see? So, but it's you that you have to be cautious. Okay, you want to trace your Orisha, blah blah blah. You know, then there's some stuff that, you know, there are ways you can start. And don't hand all the power over to that person. That's a, you know, you start to make it like a way of life. You see. And the more you develop these skills, this ability, you nurture it, the more you grow. For me, when my third eye first opened, I was like, what the hell is this? And when I started, you know, before I would see, it was dreams. My dream was always like, but when my vision kicked in, I was like, ooh, there was one day, I think I was by my dresser, I was doing my makeup ages ago. All of a sudden, I just saw it was as if another TV was in front of me. And in that TV, you know, like I'm looking at you now, it's like another TV in front of me. And I could see everything in there in colored. I was like, ooh! I quickly go off on my dresser. And then from there up to now, the way that I was, vroom, vroom, you see. But now, because it's happened, I am used to it. You see, oh, yeah, now see, Itenifa, lovely to have you, ma. Queen Mother, lovely to have you here, ma. Lovely to have you here. Oh, I feel so privileged having you here, Mama. Thank you so much for showing up here. We're talking about Ifa today, and you are Itenifa. I'm sure a lot of this stuff that we're talking about, you probably you mastered them already anyway. Lovely to have you here. So as I was saying, you know, so when, but because of, I keep doing every day, I you know, so now it doesn't surprise. In the night, if I just need to close my eye, boom. If there's a different color of candles, or I need to, for example, maybe a pigeon, you know, it will just come like this, boom. You see, boom, boom. That's a vision. That is during the day. But when I'm about to sleep, I just close my eyes. My third eye will open. You see. But because it's something that I do all the time, now it doesn't, I'm not fast with it anymore. It's like a numb, you see. But I can tell you, all of these, ways, like sometimes numbers will come up. 8, so. You go and find out the meaning, because that universe will talk to you with code. As I'm talking to you now, if I say, Barry, I love you, sweetheart, okay, that's a language, isn't it? But universe language is number, you see. So for you to see all this number, if you see 600, if you see 700, you open your eyes, you write it down. Then even if you don't have, then go on your internet and they say, oh, angel number 7, so you will see what the universe was trying to tell you. There is a message. You're going to have to learn how to decode it. Universe will speak to us in code. It's coded. You will learn how to decode it. And therefore, if you don't have the channel to receive, it's like your phone. If there's no network, whatever network company, then you can't receive call on it. You first have to be connected to a network first, and it's actually working. Then you can receive call. You can say, "Oh, hey, my sweetheart. Oh, sweet, this is my darling calling." Something with the universe. You have to enable, that passage where you'll be able to receive that message. Then once you get the message, then you can decode it. That, okay, this is what the universe is trying to tell me. Oh, this is 800. You close your eyes now. Here, pum, you see 800, 860. Okay, you don't know what that is. Maybe that was the middle of the night. You're about to fall off. You get up, you write it down. You still go back to bed. The following day, you get your laptop or your computer. The angel number 860. What's that? Then you see all this info there. And you will find that that's what's happening to you. So that's where the universe is trying to reach out to you. In that sense, you don't have a middle person between you and the universe. And that is what we should all work towards. At least that's what my own belief, my take about it. You see. So wonderful to have you guys here. That's what we're going to be talking about here today, my wonderful people. Next show, we're probably going to talk about Orisha. I'm not going to mention one of the Orisha I'm talking about, but it's going to be one that, it's from our ancestors. The reason why I tend to talk about Orishas is, if they without them, we will not be here. You see, they are, it's on their shoulder that if you see the way they live their lives, a lot of them had trials and tribulation, blah, blah, blah. But then you see the way they were able to overcome all of this. You see, and if we can, set our minds straight on that, then life here would be a joy. No one's going to live forever, but at least for the time that we are here, you want to enjoy the ride. No one's going to get out of this life, alive. But for the time we're going to be here, you want to have fun. Want to have a blast. You want to enjoy it. The lesson that you need to learn. To put them in all, everything in perspective. So that's what I'm going to be talking about here, my lovely people. So as you guys are aware that I'm a spiritualist, so if you decide you want to buy candles, blah blah blah, just go to my website. It's www.alasholahabspiritual.com. It's at the top of this video, and if it's something that's ain't right, like I said, I don't know if people that said they would do Ifa initiation here in UK or America. I don't think that. For me, I had that done back home in Nigeria. You see, Itelodu. So, and I was there 7 days. So, but for Ifa divination, we can do that here. Say you're at a crossroad in life. You want Ifa guidance. Or you have like a choice, 2 choices, you don't know which one to pick, or, whatever it is, general life issues, life stagnancy, court case, sickness, whatever it is that you want to, more light shed about it. Like I said, it's right there to guide us, you see. And then we now do what we need to do. Then you can contact us at Alashola. You see, the universe has been so, kind to us, blessed us with all these plants and herbs and stones, all this living consciousness. So if we do not make use of it, then it's up to us. So here at Alashola, that's what I try to do. And I thought I'll come and do these videos because, you know, sometimes area that it may be an area that I'm struggling, that Barry, you are there to actually say to me, Alashola, you know what, this has happened to me before. This was what I did, blah, blah, blah. You see, nobody knows everything. You see, 1 minute, guys, I'm just going to drink water. Right, you see, nobody knows everything. You know, we're here that's where I see, to rub minds, to be there for one another, to guide, you know, and the universe to, you know, to be there for us. Our ancestors are there. We have our orishas. You see, all this, a lot of opportunity, a lot of channel, you know, ways we can make it work. You see, so whatever it is that you're going through, life challenges, and you know needed some sort of spiritual guidance, call us at Alashola. My WhatsApp is there. You can email, you can WhatsApp me, and my email address is there also. I'll be more than happy to, and together we can resolve it. So it's wonderful to have you beautiful people here. Here now is late here in UK. In America, I'm sure you guys are probably gonna still be in early evening. So enjoy whatever is left of your weekend. And Barry, I will send the picture of the your Shango beads. Give me by Wednesday. And if you want the bracelet with Itenifa, I will send those pictures also. And you let me know, my darling. Hopefully by next Friday, I will roll them out because I've got my beads ready now. I've got Yemaja, I've got Shun, I've got Oya, I've got Batala, I've got Legua, I have Obaluaye. I have all my Orisha beads now, you know, in stock. So the way that I love to do my stuff, I want them nicely set, and that's why it was taking me time. But by this Friday, I will roll them out, you know. So wonderful to have you guys here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a fantastic week ahead. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye bye.